Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. I am Adilla Adriana binti Abdul Fattah and I am going to present two poems entitled For Girls Filled with Fire and Tell Your Daughters by Nikita Jill for the theme Feminism. First, let us start with the brief introduction of the poet who is Nikita Jill. She is a 33-year-old British Indian poet who is best known for her compilation of poetry entitled Your Soul is a River. She uses social media to engage her over 550,000 followers on her Instagram account, which is Nikita_Jill. She faced 137 rejections from publishers before she was discovered, and her first work was when she was 12 years old. She often reflects her work on love, feminist retelling, and Greek myth and fairy tale. Moving on, I will recite the first poem, which is For Girls Filled with Fire by Nikita Jill in the next video.
For Girls Filled with Fire by Nikita Jill. Girl, you were born with a fire inside you, and this world is determined to stamp it out. You will see it when you stand up for yourself and you are told it isn't ladylike to raise your voice. You will hear it when you wear something that hugs your body and feel the uncomfortable sensation of being stripped naked. By the eyes of men who call you names you are still too young to understand. You will know it when a man tries to use his strength to have his way with you the first time. And you need to use your fists, teeth, legs to get him off. You will understand it when you see your mother's eyes filled with terror because you are an hour later than you said you will be home. But you must never let them take those flames from within your soul. Instead, you must burn brighter than ever because you are a daughter of the sun. And you belong only to yourself, not to this world.
Next, the theme that I found in the poem is fairness. It is because a woman is not an object to be liked or disliked, but a subject who can choose to like or dislike because everyone has the same rights to speak up. It is not set in stone, nor are rules written in black or white on how and what should women be. So, some of the literary devices that I found in the poem is personification, which is giving human qualities to animals, objects, or non-living things. In this poem, it is in stanza 1 and line 3, which is, and this world is determined to stamp it out. Next, I found apostrophe. Apostrophe is used to address an imaginary or absent person, which is from stanza 3 and line 2. From their tiger stripes to the soft flesh of their thighs. Next, I found metaphor, because you are a daughter of the sun, which is in stanza 6 and line 4. Some of moral values in the poem are, we must always be careful of who we trust as a way to protect ourselves from anything negative, and girls should take care of themselves by having someone to accompany them so that they can avoid themselves from being harassed. Next, I am going to talk about the last stanza from the poem that I like the most, which is, but you must never let them take those flames from within your soul. Instead, you must burn brighter than ever because you are a daughter of the sun and you belong only to yourself, not to this world. In my opinion, I personally like this stanza because it reflects the spirit of a woman who is willing to stand up on her rights, and the poet is trying to tell, especially the female readers, that they must never let go of their dream just because of the stereotypes that have been worsening nowadays. That is all from the first poem. I will move on to the next poem. The second poem is Tell Your Daughters by Nikita Jill. I will first recite the poem in the next video.
Tell Your Daughters by Nikita Jill. Tell your daughters how you love your body. Tell them how they must love theirs. Tell them to be proud of every bit of themselves, from their tiger stripes to the soft flesh of their thighs. Whether there is a little of them or a lot, whether freckles cover their face or not, whether their curves are plentiful or slim, whether their hair is thick, curly, straight, long or short. Tell them how they inherited their ancestors' soul in their smiles, that their eyes carry countries that breathe life into history, that the swing of their hips does not determine their destiny. Tell them never to listen when bodies are critiqued. Tell them every woman's body is beautiful, because every woman's soul is unique.
Next, the theme of the poem is uniqueness of women. Being different doesn't mean that we should let people judge us based on our looks and appearance. We shouldn't universalize our own standards because everyone is different, which should be embraced. Not measure a girl on a scale of what she should be. It is the soul that matters the most. Moving on, one of the literary devices that I found in the poem is repetition. As we can see here, the word that is being repeated several times in stanza 3. The first one in line 3, which is that their eyes carry countries. The second one is in line 4, that breathe life into history. And the third one is in line 5, that the swing of their hips. Next, the second literary device that I found in the poem is consonance, which is the repetition of consonant sounds. As we can see here, some of the consonant sounds are w, t, and which can be found in stanza 2, line 3 to 4. The last element that I found in the poem is rhyme, which is in stanza 4, line 1 to 3. Tell them never to listen when bodies are critiqued. Tell them every woman's body is beautiful because every woman's soul is unique. Next, the moral values. First, we must not judge people by their appearance. We must love ourselves regardless of our flaws, and we should be caring towards other people by showing our personal concern to them. Finally, the stanza that I like the most from the poem Tell Your Daughters by Nikita Jill is the second stanza. It is because it tells us that every woman should love themselves regardless their imperfections and flaws, because we are born unique and we should not criticize ourselves just because of the flaws that we have. The reason why we decided to choose the theme feminism is because it is a topic that we can relate to and understand easily, especially when it is expressed through literature such as poetry. Other than that, we want to change the stereotype about women and their status in society, and we believe that there shouldn't be a double standard in judging a person despite their genders, because everyone should be treated equally. That is all from me. Thank you for your time.